János Farkas, the Butcher of Tatabánya, Hungary's Forgotten Cannibal, Hungary, 1950s. A mining town called Tatabánya, gray skies, long shifts, endless hunger. It was here that a quiet man named János Farkas made his living as a butcher, but his real work began after hours. They would call him the Butcher of Tatabánya. And by the time police found out what he'd done, it was already far too late. Life in shadows. In post-war Hungary, life was desperate. Food was scarce, wages were low, and rationing pushed people to the edge. János Farkas seemed like any other worker, a quiet man who kept to himself, skilled with knives, respectful to customers. But when neighbors noticed strange smells coming from his apartment, and when a local woman disappeared, the mask began to crack. The first clue. A missing woman, a friend of Farkas, had last been seen entering his home. Days later, he told others she had gone to Budapest. No one believed him. When police knocked on his door, Farkas answered calmly. He even let them search. In his refrigerator, they found wrapped parcels of meat. When questioned, he said it was pork. But there was one problem. Tatabánya had no recent deliveries of fresh meat that week. The horrific discovery investigators took the meat for analysis. The results came back within hours, human tissue. They returned to Farkas's flat with backup. Behind the refrigerator, beneath the floorboards, they found the remains of at least 2 victims, cut cleanly, methodically. One of them was identified as the missing woman. The other was never identified. Sound, dripping slows, faint metallic clang echoes. When questioned, Farkas confessed without hesitation. "I was hungry," he said. "And after a while, I preferred it." The trial. The case shocked the Hungarian courts. A cannibal? In Tatabánya? The communist state tried to silence the story. It didn't fit the image of order and discipline they wanted the world to see. But whispers spread fast. Workers in the mines joked nervously about Farkas sausage. Parents warned their children not to wander near the butcher's shop. At trial, psychiatrists declared him criminally sane. He knew what he was doing. He simply didn't care. Farkas was sentenced to death by hanging in 1958. He asked for one last meal, but refused to say what he wanted. Aftermath and silence. The Hungarian government buried the story, literally and figuratively. No newspapers, no public record, only scattered mentions in internal police files. For decades, the case of János Farkas remained a ghost story told by miners, a whispered reminder of the darkness that can grow in hunger and isolation. János Farkas, the Butcher of Tatabánya, a man who turned survival into savagery. When society breaks, sometimes the monsters it creates don't hide. They hang their apron by the door and wait for dinner. Be sure to like and subscribe to Etris 1010. Next episode, The Silent Twins of Sweden, the case of Elsie and Dagmar Beckman.